You have something you're passionate about, and if you do not see it yet, it is simply because it needs to be uncovered. It doesn't mean you don't have any passions in life. Hi guys, my name is Naomi Dunn. I am an inner work coach, and this is Disrupt Your Norm, where I help you disrupt what's holding you back in life. Now, passion is something I am passionate about teaching others about and helping people uncover in themselves. And the reason is like a math equation, 1 + 1 = 2. When we have no passion, when we have nothing we're pursuing, it equals depression. We will not feel good when we do not have passion and when we are not pursuing things in life. I know life happens and we don't always feel ecstatic about the things that we're doing. That's not what I'm saying. But having something that you love and doing activities around that thing that you love, pursuing the thing that you love, involving some part of your life with the thing that you love, that you're passionate about, will help you feel better. And when we don't have any of that, when we have no goals, no passions, nothing we're pursuing, it will result in depression. You cannot feel good. As humans, it is how we thrive, it's how we grow, and it's how we feel good, by doing things that we love, by having passions, by having things that we pursue. So this is why it's really important to figure it out. But I know, and I really do understand, that a lot of people feel stuck in their life and a lot of people feel really down. And you might be saying right now, I understand this is why I may have depression and not feel good, but I don't know what my passion is. Trust me when I say that you are far from alone if you feel passionless and if you don't know what your purpose is and you don't know what you should be doing with your life. I'm not telling you need to have it all figured out. Most people don't, and that's okay. That's why I'm here. I'm going to help you understand a little bit more about yourself and about potentially what your passion may be. Now, we were all born with something that we are passionate about. Maybe as a child, you were more authentic. We always are, more authentic when we're children because we don't have the words of the world and the words of adults impacting us as much as we do when we become adults, when the standards raise, when the bars rise, and so we have to be a specific way in our work and with our family, with our relationships, whatever it may be. We tend to dim down our light, but as children we are less dimmed down, and because of that we are more receptive to pursuing what we love. So the first thing I want you to do, this whole video is essentially going to be a set of questions to help you understand yourself and understand what your passion may be, is I want you to ask yourself, what did I love as a child? What did I feel so excited about? What is the thing that lit me up? It's just giving me a general idea of the things that we have dimmed down as an adult. Ask yourself, was there anything in my childhood that I really loved that deep down I know I pushed down and is a part of my core personality? Maybe you really loved animals. Maybe you really loved nature. Maybe you really loved socializing and being with friends. So like I said, we are more authentic as children, so we're more likely to do the things that we love without the worry of the judgment of other people. So ask yourself, the things I loved as a child, is it possible that I still love those things but I have dimmed them down inside of me? Now these are all just hints. These are all just little snippets of ideas of what we love now and what we are passionate about deep down. Alright, how do we figure out what we love now? We know what we loved as a child, and maybe it's relevant and maybe it's not. So what do you love now? What makes your heart tug? What makes you ecstatic? What is something that you can talk about for hours and not get bored? What is something that makes you literally light up when you are talking about it in a conversation or you see it in front of you? What is the thing that your soul is screaming to you that you love? We all have these things that our soul loves, but most of us dim it down. So have a moment to think about this. You can pause the video, you can journal on it, whatever it may be, or you can spend a few days introspecting to see what potentially are the things that you love. So now we need to get specific and we need to ask why we love those things. And this is so important for us to figure out what we love, what we're passionate about, and what we're supposed to do in life. Asking why we love the things that we love. Now I know this seems like this could be a difficult thing to figure out. It actually doesn't have to be. Let me give an example from my own life. So I've always loved psychology, absolutely loved it. I loved studying people. I know that sounds kind of creepy, but I couldn't even help it as a child, just observing the people around me and kind of analyzing them in my brain, figuring out people, why they do the things that they do. And then I started watching YouTube lectures and just constantly watching videos on psychology and videos on people and understanding the brain. So I said, I love psychology, and I left it there. I was like, all right, I'm supposed to be a psychologist. I love psychology. This is where people go wrong, because you really limit your life when you think the one thing that you love is exactly what you're supposed to be doing. Yes, it might be, but if you ask why you love it, you can get a deeper and more in-depth definition of your passion to then have a broader spectrum of the things that you should or should not be doing. So I thought I should be a psychologist, and then about at 17 years old, I was like, okay, I love psychology, but why? And I realized I love psychology because I loved helping people understand themselves. I was like, okay, I love helping people understand themselves. All right, we're getting a little broader here. And then I got a little bit older, and I was like, I love psychology. I love helping people understand themselves, and I love understanding myself too, but why? And then I realized it was because I love seeing when people understand themselves better, the shifts that can be created in their lives. We're getting a little broader here. I like helping people create shifts in their lives. Got a little bit older. And I was like, all right, I love seeing people have these shifts in their lives. And then I realized I love helping people with their internal world to transform their lives, bring them to a place where they never thought they could be, because I was at a period in my life where I was brought to a place I never thought I could be because of my own inner work and healing that I was doing. And I was like, and then I got really narrow then. I was like, okay, I'm supposed to help people with this one area of psychology, which is emotional healing, which is something I absolutely love helping people with. But if I was there I was just saying I love helping people with emotional healing, then I would have categorized myself as my passion is helping people with emotional healing. When in reality, the whole time it was no, my passion is helping people transform into a place they never thought they could get to by understanding their internal world, by healing their internal world. Now you see, if I had just said I love psychology, I would be here, and that's not really the passion, it's just a part of the passion. My passion is transforming people. And so now I have this whole scope of things that I can do because I know my deep down passion. Yes, I can help people with emotional healing, but that's only one aspect of transforming. I know that was a whole tangent, but I know I needed to say that. I needed to say that for a specific reason, for a listener who's watching. So all that to say is, ask yourself why you love that thing. Maybe you feel passionate about the fact that you want to be a mother. This is amazing. This is great. But if you are, let's say 17, 18, 19, 20, you're not ready to be a mom yet, right? You haven't even found your partner yet. I don't want you living a whole life where you feel passionless and you're not thriving until the moment you're a mom. Because the truth is, your passion might not necessarily be that you want to be a mom. Your passion may actually be, when you ask the why, is that you want to set this example, set this tone, be the kind of figure for these little humans that they can rely on, that they can feel loved by, that they can feel secure by, right? That could be the real reason that you want to be a mom. Ask yourself the why, because then you can realize, I want to help little children feel secure. That's the truth of the passion. Maybe I did not feel secure as a child, and I really want that for my children. That is the why. The passion isn't necessarily I want to be a mom, it's I want to bring this level of security and love and comfort to children. And when you realize that, you could say, how can I start doing this now? How can I start pursuing this passion now? How can I possibly see a broader spectrum of things I could be doing now that I know the real passion? So I'm saying this because it's so important we know the why, and so that we open our mind and our heart to all the possibility of things that we could be pursuing because of our deep down passion. So let me give more examples of this, and then I'm going to give you some more questions to ask yourself if you're still at a place where you don't know your passion. Little reminder, once again, I think this is the third time I've said it, you have a passion. It's already inside of you. It just needs to be uncovered. You were not born passionless. Okay, more examples of passions people can have that they think is the true passion, but when they ask the why, they realize it's something else. Some people, a lot of people actually, I see this so often, a lot of people think that their passion is to teach because they're good at teaching. But in reality, when they ask the why could have been like the mother example I just gave. The why could have been to provide security for these children, to provide education in a calm environment because they did not have a calm environment as a child, for any of those things, right? When you realize that, you may realize, okay, maybe I actually was never meant to be a teacher and I don't enjoy teaching. The reality is that I just want to bring this level of love to children because not everyone's meant to be a teacher. And then you can ask yourself, how can I bring this level of love? And am I being truthful to myself when I say that I want to be a teacher? This really helps us to kind of let the ego go when we ask the why. You will benefit if you let your ego go when you ask the why, because if you don't be completely honest with yourself and you let go of the words your parents told you, your friends told you, society told you that you should be and shouldn't be, the things you should and shouldn't do, when you let go of all of that and just have a raw and honest approach with yourself as to what you love and why you love it, you can completely change your life path from going down a path of something that is truly not authentically you, that's not soul aligned, just because you think you love it, when in reality, the other path is the path you were supposed to be on, that you would have thrived on, that you would have felt amazing, and that your soul would have just been so happy doing, because you were honest with your why. You were honest with why you love the things that you love. Now, someone could say, I want to be a doctor, and that's amazing. Why do you want to be a doctor? What part of the doctor role do you want to play? Is it the fact that you want to help people heal? And what part do you want them to heal? Why do you want them to heal? Is the job that you are currently planning on pursuing, are you doing this because you genuinely love it? Or are you doing it because there was an aspect of your own childhood where you felt out of control in this specific area and you want to gain a sense of control by doing this job? I know this is deep. I know this can be really hard to ask yourself and really hard to get the answers. But if you live a life without asking these questions and without getting these answers, then you will likely be living an inauthentic life, which does not feel good for anybody. And you have one life. It's not worth spending that life in the next 40 or 50 years doing a job that's inauthentic to you because you weren't truthful with yourself as to your true passion and what you really love doing. All right, let me give another example. Let me think of something. Okay, let's say, you want to be an athlete. This is a good one. Do you want to be an athlete because the sport lights you up, because it makes you so happy in life, because it's what your soul loves, because it's something that's always made you happy even as a child? Of course, not all the things we pursue make us happy 24/7, but for the most part, does make you happy? Or did you potentially have someone in your life when you were younger who you always felt in competition with, and maybe you even just felt in competition with yourself constantly, not feeling good enough, not feeling worthy, and so you want to pursue this road of being an athlete because you're trying to prove to yourself that you're enough? Is that a possibility? This is the kind of thing that so many people realize when they really dive into their why is, oh my gosh, ego death. I've been doing something for my ego's sake and not for truly me. And that's really painful. You were living a life that was so not true to who you are. You're actually losing and dying to a part of yourself that's not who you are. That's not actually what you're passionate about. So this is not easy, and this can be a little bit hard on the nervous system. So the biggest thing with the nervous system is self-compassion and being gentle with yourself and calm. So if you're experiencing this and you're asking the whys and it does not feel good to you, it does not feel good to your body, be compassionate, be understanding. The only reason we pursue paths and have these fake passions that aren't really our passions is because we don't feel safe to be who we really are. We got the idea somewhere in childhood, somewhere in our youth, that it's not safe to be who we are. It's not safe to pursue what we want to pursue. It's not safe to go against the grain. It's not safe to go against what our parents always wanted us to be. It's not safe to disappoint. So it's not your fault that you went down this path that's not who you are. Most of us do, and most of us actually live a life continuing on that path. So those were some examples. I'm sorry if I just like threw something at you that was just painful and you didn't expect it. I don't intend to do that. Like I said, have self-compassion. I say all of this out of love to help you disrupt your life and create a better one. So the next thing to figure out when you're trying to figure out your passion is, which can really help you, this really helped me, is asking yourself, what is something I have overcome and that I really want to help others overcome as well now? And I say overcome first rather than just help people overcome in general, because usually the people who help people overcome things, they're best at it when they have overcome it themselves. You'll notice those who are in helping maybe in rehab, it's usually because they themselves struggled with that thing, or those like myself who are highly passionate about emotional releasing, because I was at a place where I could not release a single emotion, where I was so emotionally numb and depressed and down that and dissociating so bad that I couldn't feel my emotions. So now I love helping people feel their emotions and release pains and traumas, right? So because I overcame that, I'm now passionate with helping people do that too. And oftentimes we're passionate about things because we're good at them. And you're going to be good at helping people overcome things when you have overcome it yourself. You're going to have more knowledge, more experience, more empathy, more understanding what it's like in their shoes because you've been there yourself. So what is something you've overcome? We've all overcome something, whether it's literally just like, you know, understanding technology, and now you love editing and doing tech stuff. I don't know tech words, but because you love doing that and you're passionate about it and you came from a place where you knew nothing, now you get excited when someone asks you a question about tech because you know it so well, you can give the answers. Sometimes we love things because we're good at it, not necessarily because it's our passion, but that's okay if you're still on this path of knowing what your true passion is. Start pursuing the things that you're good at, because everyone feels good when they do things that they're good at, and there's nothing wrong with that. So ask yourself, what are some things I've overcome, whether it's big or small, and see if there's possibly a way you can help people with that too. There are so many online things you can find. Look on Reddit, just go on Google. You would be surprised. Oh my gosh, you guys would be so surprised at how many people are willing to pay people for helping them with things you would never expect they would need help with. So look online and put the word out. When you have conversations with people, put the word out. Tell people what you love doing, and then you never know who in these conversations may need help with that specific thing. So start talking about it. If you go in the gym, talk about it with people in the gym. When you go in the sauna, talk about it with people in the sauna, at the grocery store, whatever it may be. So yeah, ask yourself, what is something I've overcome, and can I potentially start helping people overcome that same thing too? The next thing is, what makes you upset? What makes you angry when you see it on the TV, when you see it on advertisements? What is something that really tugs at your heart the most? For some people it's helping animals, for some people it's orphans, for some people it's for those who don't have a voice. Whatever it is, we all have something that tugs at our heart the most. And if you're a highly empathetic person, I understand, and everything tugs at your heart. I understand. But we all have something that tugs at us the most, and it's usually for a specific reason, and that goes deeper into our own psychology. But I believe we have our hearts like this for a specific way because we're meant to help people in that way. So figuring out what tugs your heart the most, and maybe your passion is along the lines with helping in some way, shape or form with whatever you feel most upset about, with whatever makes you the most angry, and whatever you feel like the most empathy towards. Maybe that is something that is along the lines of your passion too. Maybe you're supposed to help in that area. We don't have desires for no reason. We don't have empathy for no reason. We don't have love for things for no reason. We were designed by God. We were created this way for a purpose. You are so different to your sibling because you are meant to pursue different things to your sibling. You are different from your parents because you were meant to pursue different things than your parents. We are not meant to be the same. We are meant to be authentic and ourselves, and when we do that, the passions and the pursuing what we're meant to be doing comes so much easier. I know I've talked about authenticity a couple times in this video, and it's just so important. It's a hard lesson to learn, and I'm still learning it myself. And when you really finally just allow more and more and more and more and more of your authenticity to show, it's going to be so much easier for your passions to align, also for the things you're supposed to be doing to align, because you're being who you truly are, who you were designed to be, and so therefore you're allowing yourself to do the things that you're passionate about. Sometimes we deep down already know the passion, but we just don't allow ourselves to do it. We're just too ashamed, we're too afraid, we're too fearful. And that is what's holding you back. It's not that you don't know, it's because you're afraid. And so then you ask yourself, is living this passionless life or semi-passionate life where it could be so much better really worse than pursuing the true passion that's inside of you that may bring discomfort to your life temporarily? Is it really worth it? Is this passionless life really worse than the discomfort that may or may not come from pursuing what I really do love? And yes, discomfort may come, and it may come hard, and it may be really difficult. It may cause you to lose friendships. It may cause you to feel terrified of this unknown place that you're at because you've never been there before. But it is temporary, and you can regulate your nervous system throughout. You can have the self-compassion, the love, the grounding techniques that will help you get through it, and it will pass. And it's always worth it. You have this one life. Don't live it passionless. Don't live it inauthentic, and don't live it in a way where you're not pursuing what you really deep down love, because that is not the way you should be spending this one life when it could be so much better. All right, whew, that was a lot. I hope this helped, and I hope I don't want to be harsh. Sometimes my energy can be a little intense when I'm excited about a topic, and the only reason for that intensity is because my passion is up-leveling you and transforming you and making your life genuinely better. So yeah. I created an Instagram. It's very, very new. I think I have 1 follower. If you guys would like to support, and if you would like some random motivation on your Instagram scroll or your Facebook scroll, it's under Naomi Dunn Coaching, and I will have it in the description below, and also a TikTok. So like I said, if you're on a random scroll and you want some motivation on your scrolling, then my face may or may not pop up with a little short video giving some inspiration or insight to help you with your day. So yeah, I will leave those in the description, and if you want any information on my coaching, that will also be in the description on my website, where all my information is. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you guys next time, and I hope you have the most wonderful day. Bye guys.